episode 3 of the Zero Static podcast. We haven't even released episode 2 yet. That's how efficient we're getting here.
We're so
at
good.
D0. I'd like to apologize for sounding like a prepubescent boy today, on top of my shiny forehead, of course. I got initiated into a fraternity, pledged into a fraternity last night, and it was a long night. So of course, I'm your host, Andy. We have founder of D0, Mason here, and we have a new friendly face, Mantis. Great to have him here. We make a lot of jokes about him on the podcast.
He's also a writer for D0.
Also a writer. Been around since the beginning, thank you.
That's not important though.
Yeah.
I've been around since the beginning, damn it.
So Andy, I hate to cut your flow off here, but you said that you sound like a prepubescent boy.
Yes.
But I honestly think it's almost soothing, if you just kind of got in and you were like,
turned on.
hey, my name's Andy and I'm here to tell you,
I'm a 14-year-old boy in the middle of puberty.
This is your smooth talk radio here with Andrew Moe.
But do some AMSR.
If you want to really do some AS, this is the best noise in the world.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's good.
So, before we get into topics, we have a sad announcement here.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we're sad about this. This is probably the last time we are going to be using this podcast set, without getting into too many personal details, of course.
I just got here.
This house might be sold soon, where the set is where the podcast is recorded, which means no podcast set. So we'll have to brainstorm, figure out something else.
It's not going away. We're not canceling the show.
No. But it just probably won't be as nice.
We're just gonna hit up
for
our
a couple episodes. It won't be as nice.
We're just gonna hit up
We
our
were really given like a golden wrapper, a golden package, with this set, and we took it and we ran with it. And I don't think we're gonna get that lucky again.
We're gonna call our pal Ty Bennington.
It's gonna be at like a white table in Shad's apartment.
As co-founder of D0, we will make this podcast great again.
We're gonna put like a tablecloth over like Shad's table in his apartment, and that's gonna be the whole set.
There you go.
We just need extreme home makeover.
Cheers to
Call Ty Bennington. Move a couple buses, dude. Get us a clubhouse.
Move that sheet, and
A
then it's
regional headquarters.
just a table,
We
With the
sand
globe,
it
of
down.
course. We can't forget the
Right.
globe.
It's the globe and the table.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, you can't forget.
But that's all we need here. That's all we need, because it's really about the conversations.
Yeah. It's not about all this faff that we...
All the glitz and glamour of Hollywood.
You like that
But
word?
still.
Faff?
I don't know what it means.
Faffing about?
I don't know what it
It's
means.
a British word.
So you know what I just realized?
What?
As again, the professionalism of this podcast.
It's amazing, isn't it?
We forgot to write down our topics before we started, so I hope that we remember them as we go along.
This last podcast is going out with a bang.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So, what do we want to talk about first? What were some, things that are coming to my head? Maniac, you guys talked.
Maniac. I can talk about that all day. Netflix.
Wow.
They released a commercial for a show called Maniac like 2 months ago or something. And I've been waiting like diligently, just like I need to watch this because the trailer was so like it's like my style of show. It was awesome, and then they released it, and I binge watched it all on the first day. It was out. It's about this guy and this girl. And the girl is addicted to like this trial drug that this company does, and so she wants to like get into the drug trial to get more. And then he is a schizophrenic, so he wants to actually get cured and stuff. And what they do is they put these people through a series of 3 pills, and then within those 3 pills, they do like map out your illness, and then they give you a pill that will solve any illness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So they do like a trial run to see what's wrong with you, and then they make a specific drug that helps cure you.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean,
But-
I saw only one episode, and I was flying like a hawk. So
Wait, so you
Flying like
have
a
seen
hawk.
it? You have seen it.
I've seen one episode, and I
But-
was hooked.
When you go through like the synthesis or whatever it is, they like play out it like it's kind of like Inception, like they play out dreams and stuff and everything, and it really makes me think we really need to rewrite our movie because there's a lot of movies like it.
Well, I told you that Rick and Morty did it.
Dude,
And you're like,
Rick and Morty did it. Maniac did it.
So did you watch the Rick and Morty episode after
I did. I checked it out.
And you were like, yeah, that's pretty similar.
Yeah,
weren't you?
I was like, dang, we need to tweak some
and
stuff.
there's
Yeah,
supposed
we
to be
need
like
to
the first
we need
one.
to be more creative.
They also don't know what
But
we're
it's
talking
it's
about.
it's important to point out that
Hush, hush.
what we are
Don't tell
talking
anyone.
about was not plagiarized. Mason came up with this when he was a prepubescent boy.
Yeah, back when I sounded like him.
Way back, yeah, exactly. Way back when he was 16 years old. Mason didn't hit puberty until 18. That's a
I'm
fact.
still going through
That's
it.
a fact.
I'm still going through it.
Same. Don't you hear my voice?
Yeah,
Same.
it's still going through it. But
already
yeah,
done.
Maniac's awesome. And if you want it, one of the most notorious Maniacs, the new Joker movie.
Oh my gosh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Have you seen the teaser?
I've not.
It's great.
It's cool.
Why are we doing it again, though? Like we just did Suicide Squad.
No, this is
We did Heath Ledger. Honestly, it should have ended with Heath Ledger. We should have never went past Heath Ledger.
no, I disagree
Well,
with you.
Well,
Oh, because you're in the
Explain.
minority.
I like Jared Leto's Joker. He's very stylized, and I like him. He's cool. And don't you get all over me, okay? I just
I'm
need
all over
because
you.
you're all like, oh, it's not comics. I've done that too many times on the podcast.
Shut up. Shut up.
that's Mason's voice whenever you know that like he really hates something.
When I really hate a nerd, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, really shove it in there. But anyways, Mantis, none of the G-dang movies are like the comics.
The G-dang
They take
movies.
pieces from and they stitch it together into some monstrosity.
Yeah, but
So you can't be like Jared Leto.
no, that's never once been my argument. I really just don't like that Joker. I think he's like.
I mean, it's
insane
also a
posse.
bad. It's also a bad movie.
No,
Yeah.
the movie's not good. No.
But no, I think the difference is this is a movie that's actually supposed to be about the Joker, and Suicide Squad was supposed to be a movie that was about the Suicide Squad.
They should have just made it the Joker movie because it was basically the Joker.
With only like 3 minutes of actual Joker.
That movie also got remade like 3 times. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, the movie overall was just a
Wait,
was
what's
a
the
cluster.
movie we were talking about?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, right. They had a lot of like
Yeah.
turnover in production.
Yes, they did.
But the new Joker movie, his face paint, that was awesome.
That and it's like
Can you pull it up so I can see
Yeah,
it?
I'll pull it up for you, dude.
it's very low budget like indie film almost.
It's
With you said Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice
You know,
because he's an interesting man.
Well, I mean, like, if you think about it, he's just so like versatile. The man's got like an Emmy just for when he did Walk the Line with Johnny Cash. Like he's an incredible method actor.
Have you seen her?
Yes,
I've seen clips of her.
that's the
Not
Joker
seen the full.
right there.
I mean, it's very Joker-esque.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take.
It
for
reminds
sure.
me of
I
Romero.
love that they're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you got Jack Nicholson.
Jack
it's
Nicholson's
like,
my favorite one of
Really?
all time.
I would
He's
agree with that.
awesome.
I mean, he's also just he doesn't even need the makeup.
Yeah,
Jack
he's
Nicholson is a Joker character just in real life, in person.
he's crazy.
But you know, he was more of like a funny man, like an actual clown. And then you got Heath Ledger's that's just like crazy, but also calculated at the same time.
It's true,
Like
like-
he knows what he's doing. He's a crime lord, you know. And then you have Jared Leto's that's just insane. And then you have this one that looks insane, but insane to the point of he looks like he would be in a haunted house or something like that.
Yeah, he looks very like the Adam West Joker.
Yes.
The Romero from the Batman and
I
Robin
am
TV show.
unaware what that looks like, but
Similar to that.
Pull it up again. Here we
But,
go.
no,
The internet, it's
that's
incredible.
That's the thing I like about the Jokers. He's been around since like the 1930s, 40s. He's such a different character through the gold, silver, and bronze age of comics. And even now in the modern age, he's got
oh wow.
he's got so many different styles and attitudes. There's actually 3 in the comics right now. Just throwing that out there. But no, he's such a different character over eras that like you can play him in such different ways and still be the Joker.
It's true.
Mantis knows a lot about comics.
I do.
We were just talking about this earlier. Mantis knows a lot about
A lot of
subjects,
shit no one cares about.
Yeah, that no one cares about. But he can't.
Perfect for a podcast.
But you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, exactly.
But
but only if your viewers also care about that topic that Mantis has to talk about. Which
I'm hoping.
you know, Joker
no
comics. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's-
They like Red versus Blue. So
Really? Well, I mean, who doesn't? It's a great show.
it is good.
But ask him to name what's in a peanut butter jelly sandwich. He just.
Oh
you
my
know what?
God.
We're not talking
Do
this
that.
shit anymore. Moving on.
Okay, so we can't tell the story of the peanut butter and jelly.
I mean, that's basically all there is to tell.
That's really it.
There was a menu. It said peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and Mantis said his exact words. I'm not exaggerating in the slightest. I would like to make this very clear that my friend Austin Luke was not exaggerating.
Don't call me
at all.
Austin Luke. It's weird. I'm Mantis.
That Mantis was not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating when he said these exact words.
You really build this up, buddy.
Really building this up.
Really building this
I feel
up.
like I'm watching
For the climax. Are you ready for the
Pro
climax?
wrestling.
I wonder what's in that.
Yep, that was it. And
That
we
was the
died.
whole story. I laughed for 5 minutes straight, and then, just to embarrass him even farther, because I'm his best friend, I asked the waitress for him what is in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she responded with peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Surprising.
Who'd have thought? I mean,
Who would've thought?
I don't know.
I'm just wrecked.
You know, Mantis, you just go ahead and explain yourself because
All right.
we razzed you on the internet.
I at another restaurant similar to this. I confused it with this one, even though I love this restaurant, Shorty's. It's in
1
Horton.
star.
Horton. Oh, it's 5 stars. Love it. Love
Yeah,
the
but
people
Al's
running
not here today,
everything.
So it's definitely 1 star.
But I thought when I heard peanut butter and jelly, I thought it was like, you know, places generally do like a high-end peanut butter and jelly to add a few extra things to it. I thought it was like that. I thought it was like a fancy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I asked, what's on that? But you know,
You can do this. You can do this.
screw
all
these
day,
guys.
is what I love.
I don't really.
You
They're
can
right.
work a podcast all day.
I could.
yourself,
Yeah.
While we just chat in the back.
Bet? You want to bet?
Would have bet. I know you could, Mantis,
Yeah.
but to the audio listeners, that would suck.
Yes. That'd get. It would not be Bill Barr's podcast, that's for sure. It would not be that. So I'm guessing that while Mason and I had a very lovely conversation in the background, you explained that that the peanut butter and jelly at
I thought
another
there might have
restaurant, something else, but there wasn't. It was just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So do we want to get into some like news? You know,
Absolutely
some news
not.
Story? Oh, okay. Podcast over then.
No, I
Podcast?
actually want to talk about something
Podcast.
at the beginning, since it was from last podcast. How was Freddie Mercury versus the Predator?
You mean the Predator?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Predator.
the Predator. Oh, right. Well, we got into this a little bit too. It was weird.
Yeah?
Right? And I was explaining why it was weird because there was like a whole storyline about autism being the next evolution or the next step in human evolution, which is a very interesting take. And Mantis was saying that there is you were saying there is evidence. to
There's
support
not
that or
evidence so
something.
much as that there's a school of thought that maybe it's almost like a
Right.
The reason it's popped up so quickly is it's like a human's like next stage of evolution based around our
Social
structure.
structure.
Social structure. Yes.
But is there evidence to support that autism is becoming more prevalent, or do we just know about it more?
I wouldn't know that.
I don't know. We were born in like 98 to 2000. We don't really know about the before times.
I also don't think that it's just it's a thought-provoking experiment. They're like, is it? Let's explore.
Right, but that's what I didn't like about it, and made a little the movie a little. The movie's pretty good. It's an entertaining movie, but there's just a few parts about it that I'm like that didn't really add up, and they put it on at first there's this theory, and then 20 minutes later in the movie, without really explaining anything that happens in between, all of a sudden, this is definitely what's happening. The Predator wants the kid because he is the best humanity has to offer. This is like a 7-year-old boy, and he's the best that humanity has to offer, apparently.
Why? Because aliens.
Because aliens, yeah.
And we can't understand them. No, but and also it felt very much like it was pushing an agenda, which I never like agenda pushing in movies.
Oh,
it's not cool.
That's what happened to Battlefield 5. Go ahead.
Oh, like with the women
Yeah.
in the.
People don't like agendas pushed. They don't like it.
Oh, so you're not arguing that it's wrong.
No.
You're just making you're adding on to my argument of
Yes.
not agenda pushing. And it's important to note that just because an agenda is pushed doesn't mean that I don't agree with that agenda.
right.
Agenda. It just means that no one likes.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah, exactly. No one likes a pretentious asshole. I mean,
True.
let's just be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie kind of did that, and I didn't like that. And there was also something else really weird and cringy about the movie, but it's been a week or two since I've seen it, so I can't remember. But yeah, if you go to see it, it's a good movie. You it's just a little cringy and has some weird elements to it.
That is a very strange. It's not where I would have seen a Predator movie going.
Oh my god, no! I thought it would have been like cheesy as hell.
Like I would have thought it would have been just the standard like predators on Earth. It's killing us, you know. But you're explaining some kind of almost what I would expect from the Sci-Fi Channel.
At least they put something like philosophical behind it. Because didn't the director didn't he star in like the original Predator movie? Wasn't he in it? Shane Black?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I think he might have.
Sure.
Sure.
It's a fact.
Can you
It's
look
a
it up,
fact
please?
now.
What?
No, I'm convinced that this is
Shane
100% true.
Shane Black did what?
Shane Black.
Was he in the Predator movie, the first one with like Schwarzenegger? I think he was.
I'm looking.
Let's see.
Checking it out. Yes, he played Hawkins.
Yeah, so I think it's cool that someone who starred in the first one that like piloted this whole big franchise that's had its ups and its downs. You know, maybe one up and a lot of
I
downs.
was gonna say it's had
One up, a lot of downs.
downs and ups.
But I think it's cool that at least he brought some, philosophical standpoint to it instead of it just being, hey, look, there's an alien, it's gonna murder all of us.
There was also a mega predator. I don't know how you guys feel about that whole.
That's kind of cool.
I like
Alpha
mega
Predator?
sharks. I don't like mega predators.
No, not like an alpha. It's like because the predators, what they're doing is they're going planet to planet and taking the best, race, best person from the most dominant race on each planet, and then they're incorporating their best aspects.
Which would be ants on ours, technically.
Yes.
Just so everybody knows.
Isn't it like all of
Okay,
ants in
well,
North America?
I kind of want to get into this now. I don't know what you mean.
Aren't all of the ants in North America one giant superpower?
Well, there's like more ants on Earth. You said dominant species, so I was like, there's more ants on Earth than there is.
Yeah, there's more mosquitoes too. That doesn't mean they're gonna come and be like, oh, we can suck blood now. We're sucking
If you
blood.
think about it, though,
predators,
if
you
they
know?
all
We're gonna get on the whole topic of is intelligence the ultimate, like,
No.
form of evolution?
Ants can lift 50 times their
Well-
body weight, and there's like billions of them.
Well, yeah, but I can also stomp one under my foot. So,
But
how
And
do you
he's
feel-
like,
how do you feel-
I am man!
So,
If we drop you in the jungle,
how do you feel about that, Pixar?
if we drop you in the jungle, let's see who wins first, the ants or Andy.
I would do pretty good. I would do okay for myself. I'd make fire. I'd burn them. I'd bring a machine gun.
Andy is the ant bully.
Dude, give me a magnifying glass. I'll mess up some ants, dude. Like, I'm not scared of no ants. Come on.
Dude,
Are you
Peter's gonna be all over
serious?
your ass.
What?
I said Peter's gonna be all over your ass.
The sister
Oh
does
my-
not support ants.
No.
Fuck ants.
Fucking ants. Ants are dicks, dude.
No, this is.
You're having a good time with a picnic, and they come along and they just pick your pie up and they
Do
walk
you
away.
really believe that, or do you just want to believe that humans are not the most dominant species on the planet?
No, it was just a thought experiment.
Like a counter argument. I see.
It was just an art, and it was also a joke.
I understand that. I understand that. I'm just saying.
But, I
I'm
mean-
just asking if you really believe that.
No,
Okay.
I'm an ant believer.
Yeah.
Part of the ant
And
society.
if all the ants wanted to, and all like at the same time, like, you know what? Why don't we fuck them up?
They-
They would.
The ants are controlling our government.
We what? Wait, this just in. I was gonna say, it's like making me look like an idiot. The phone was ringing. So,
It took a very long time.
yeah, it did. I was like, dang. A little bit of a digression, and it was at the beginning of the conversation, but it sparked something that I looked up in college in my my speech class. Mantis talked about how, what is it, autism?
Yeah.
Autism, maybe next step evolution, just a thought experiment, right?
Yeah.
Now I was doing my speech, my end of the term speech on depression and stuff like that, and I stumbled upon an article that was written, and it was from a credible source, and it was really interesting. That a professor was thinking that depression is actually an evolutionary mechanism
I've seen that.
to
I've
drive
heard
us
of this.
into what is, like, again, the constructs of like how we deal with stuff now. Because one of the theories behind it was that back in the day, a lot of philosophers were, what is that word called? It's not depression, melancholy. They were like,
Yes.
okay, and that,
Goth.
yeah, they were like, I hate you, Dad.
It's not just a phase, Mom.
They wrote poetry.
Yeah.
In caves.
So
Ancient math.
a lot of philosophers may have had depression and stuff, and they actually thought. So a professor did an experiment where he took college students that had depression and college students who were healthy individuals and stuff like that, mentally healthy, and seed.
Not like us.
Who scored? Yeah, who
from this
scored
group.
higher on the tests and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And he found that like some depressed ones scored higher than a lot of the there's a lot of variables and stuff that could
Right,
go into
of course. Like the person's intelligence.
Yeah.
But the person's intelligence.
Yeah.
But also, you need to run more tests.
But the idea is that your brain goes through this to rewire you for what's going on. In
Yeah,
your brain.
I have not
That shit
read
world.
that article, but I've definitely heard that argument somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it
I
was.
think
a video
you and I
or
have
not.
actually had this debate before,
We might have.
way back when.
But it's a cool experience. Like it's a cool idea because if you look at like a lot of YouTubers who are like really creative and successful, they have gone through a lot of like depression and stuff.
Right.
And so does depression.
Art is pain, people.
Right.
Well, if you look at Hollywood in general, look at how many famous artists who have done like absolutely wonderful things, such
Yo.
as Heath Ledger or.
Okay, I hate to cut you off, but I just realized there's bulls in the.
You've never
Yeah,
realized
you
that?
Never realized that?
It's really cool.
All right, back to your
Very
regularly
impressed by
scheduled
that.
program. That a lot of artists or like people in Hollywood who are really successful, really creative, just really, really good, have gone through very depressive states or like major depression throughout most of their careers, and it's kind of made them, better.
Yeah, it makes me wonder when my success is coming, huh?
Just get depressed.
That was a joke.
All right, we're gonna.
Depression is a serious issue.
No, it really is. I've been through it, so like I'm not like trying to like make a joke out of it or anything, or say
Right,
that
of
you
course.
should get depressed just to get smarter. It's not proven.
That's a good segue though. I want to ask you, how are your smart pills doing?
Oh,
We haven't touched base on this in a long time. have
so we haven't. Okay, so when last time I talked to you about my smart pills,
we? It's been a while. It's been like a.
I guess I should probably explain what these are.
Right. Yeah.
Because like they're gonna be like what the fuck?
smart pills.
It's on NCT.
Where can I get some of those?
Right, limitless.
On the Destination Zero merch page.
Yeah,
Smart pills.
Smart pills. They're just like a bottle.
We just sent him a bottle of ibuprofen.
I was thinking like sugar pills. They're just gonna pay for ibuprofen.
Some glucose pills.
I thought I was gonna get smart. Instead, I just got stomach ulcers.
Oh. I thought you could.
Put that on the warning label,
Yeah.
I couldn't trust a drug I bought on the internet.
Anyways, what are these intelligence pills that Mason is? I don't know if he's still taking them.
No, I
Mason,
am. I'm on them right now.
Mason is on pills as we speak.
Yeah.
What are these pills?
Okay, so you all seen Limitless, right? So Limitless was like, oh, you take this pill, 100% of your brain will
Which is totally a fallacy, but
yeah, it's not. There's brain efficiency,
right.
which is totally different than
Well,
Yes.
and also a lot of your brain has to be working to like keep storage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's a lot of stuff in there that's not being used on a daily basis, but like your brain has to keep using energy to keep it in there, or else it would disappear. You
Right.
know?
Like everyone's got a storage closet. You don't use it every day, but when you do use it, you need it.
Yeah, right.
So the Limitless, you take the pill.
Limitless take the pill.
100%.
It's not that.
Or was it Lucy? Is that what it was?
Lucy was
Lucy,
awesome, but that was a
10%.
bag broke in her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That was a weird movie.
Yeah.
So these pills came out on the market, and I went to buy them. Turns out I didn't get the right ones, but I did.
You wound up with like meth?
No, the pill was called Cogniflex. Cogniflex.
Yeah.
But I got Cogniflex.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Those bastards.
Okay. Now, turns out though, this is just not in not.
Did it just make you really flexible?
Yeah. I was just like in my room.
Mason was
doing
putting
yoga.
his arm behind his head.
I was like, look at me.
Warrior One.
Whoa!
But no.
That would have been ecstasy, bud.
Cogniflex. So
Oh, we did the same thing.
it turns out that people do this, and it's called stacking. So basically, it's taking a bunch of pills, vitamins actually,
You've got me.
that like help with like the like transmission between your neurons and stuff, and they make you like have more energy and stuff like that. So you're basically like just taking vitamins. And if I explain it like that, people are like, "This guy's not a psycho." and so before you think that I'm a psycho, audience, just
Because
know
it does sound like bullshit.
it sounds
Yeah.
legit like bullshit.
Sounds like you got ripped off.
Right. I am not I was always like the guy that was like, "You're taking vitamins?
Yeah.
You're an idiot."
Nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd.
What a loser.
You want healthy bones?
What a loser. Have you ever seen the Ray, like, on Rooster Teeth? From, like, a Ray? Rooster Teeth?
Ray.
Yeah.
Like X-ray bath? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, way back in the day, I don't even remember, I don't know why I always think about this whenever someone says that, but there was just a video way back in the day where they were making fun of Gavin, and like,
God.
I think like Michael called him a loser, and just in the back, you hear Ray, like, yell, but like a quiet yell, you get what I'm saying? So like, no one hears him, but it's the audience hears him very clearly kind of thing, and he's like, "You're a loser." Like, that is the greatest thing of all time.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
He's not just one
Ray, come back. We miss you, bud.
He's not.
He's a brown man now.
Mason's just.
Brown man, come back. We miss you.
That's his YouTube channel.
Mason's just
I've
not
seen a couple videos.
wandering around his
I don't
campus
know.
like, "Hey, I'm taking these magic pills. They make me smart." Like,
Yeah. So these magic pills,
he
they
took
do
it
help.
out for him.
I'm 100%. I did get some that didn't help. So not all of them work.
Like the Cogna Flex did not
Works.
work. Oh.
Cognitive Flex.
No,
works.
the Cogna Flex.
Yeah,
Hyphen.
works.
Okay, we gotta start saying hyphen.
I went in.
Hyphen worked.
Hyphen worked.
Oh.
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
I'm getting
That's
to it.
confusing. I thought that you were saying Cogna Flex just straight is the one that worked. But
No, I'm sure that does work. I've never taken Cognitive Flex. You still can't get it. It's hard to find. Okay.
Okay.
But so, anyways, I went and bought other ones that were like highly rated on Amazon because the ones I buy are like $60 a bottle, and that's kind of rough. And the ones I bought were $20, but it looked like it was higher quality and stuff. They didn't contain huperzine, which is what was in the first one, and I didn't know that. So I started taking these new ones, and I just felt like crap, dude. I thought like I was dying. Honestly,
Right.
I was like,
I mean,
I don't feel what I felt anymore.
Like your heart or what? What?
No, like just I felt so
mentally
like
feel
Oh,
shit.
like cloudy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like because I started taking the Cognitive Flex and I was like,
it's like
I have so much energy. I could wake up
Mhm.
and and I know it sounds stupid and I sound like I'm on an infomercial. All right, that's it. Welcome to the infomercial. I woke up
with flex tape.
with Cognitive Flex tape, and I was instantly better at editing. No, but seriously, it reduced a lot of my editing down by like 2 hours.
So
Not
you
even kidding.
So you went from like the first half of a Claritin commercial
That's
to the
a-
second half of a Claritin commercial,
Yeah.
where it's like all gloomy.
That's a
and sad.
statistic. We can back that up.
Right. So it lowered my editing down from 2 like
Mhm.
2 hours less on
Right.
all my projects, which was
Right.
awesome. And I could get up in the mornings.
Right.
I was significantly less angry all the
Right.
time, which is a very Mason trait.
Yeah, just waking up pissed off.
Right. So then, like, I started taking these other ones because it's like, oh, this has more stuff in it. It's got to be better. Started taking those. It's trash. It was
Really?
awful.
I don't
And
know
then-
if it goes
So that's
more
when you got
chemicals
like
better.
cloudy is when you were
Yeah.
okay.
So then I bought the old ones again, and now I've been cutting. Not cutting.
God, Jesus Christ.
Now I've been stacking them. I've been
Whoa.
stacking them with the other ones that didn't work, which has ginkgo biloba in it, because it wasn't that it wasn't enough, because it gave me like some energy, but it wasn't like the other one where I felt clear up here. So I've been stacking them with the Cogniflex, that one, and caffeine plus L-theanine. So
Okay. Wow. Yeah. And it also makes you more attractive to women. That's a fact.
yeah, and
Makes you more successful.
He went from a 2 to a
Make more
4.
money.
yeah.
It's like an Axe body spray commercial.
No, I would try it out. Look
Makes
it up
you
though.
makes you famous.
Yeah, obviously we have 135 subscribers.
Heck yeah.
And so many other claims that cannot be backed up.
Right. So to me, it's not bullshit. I don't even care if it's just all in my head. Like,
Hey,
It
placebo.
worked.
Placebos do still sometimes.
but huperzine actually has like it's in like research right now for like Alzheimer's medication, like because they've seen like. So I read online that
must be true.
after 2 weeks, you're not supposed to take it anymore. You're only supposed to take it
Right.
for 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
But I've been taking it for like 2 months now, so I'm not dead. That's all that matters.
I mean,
What? I would maybe stop.
I'd maybe
would
stop.
I would advise you to probably stop. I'm not your doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor, but. I
but
would
when
maybe-
something on a drug says only take for 2 weeks and you take it for 4
It
times.
doesn't say it on the bottle. It doesn't say it on the bottle.
Wait, so it says online.
It says online.
Like a doctor online said, don't take it over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I would
I-
not
I'd
take.
stop.
I would
Did
not
you know what I
take-
say to that? Know what I say to that?
Fuck the doctor.
So yeah.
So,
Dude, I really don't want to like find out you killed yourself with vitamins. That's a pretty lame way to go out.
Just in the coroner's report, his brain was 50% larger than it should have been.
Which is not good.
And all of you would be like, oh, he wasn't full of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, a bigger brain doesn't mean better.
I know that.
That's true.
Alright, yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys I got kind of interested thinking about the brain while you were talking about that, especially when I was talking about like storage in the brain and stuff like that. Isn't it really amazing what the brain is? It's a bunch of electrical connections.
It's a computer.
It's a computer, and everything that we are, like existing, that's what it is. That's all it, like everything is up there.
Don't let me forget I have a segue from this.
Our life
Okay.
is just one big open brain.
Well, like, what is the segue? 'Cause
So
I can't-
we have a lot of thought experiments in this
Yeah.
group, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun to do.
Don't take much of what we say too seriously, because we may not believe what we're saying at all.
No, it's just fun to talk about.
Yeah,
People argue,
exactly.
just argue.
Right. We had you were telling me that the universe might be a simulation
right,
as a thought experiment way back.
which it is. That's 100% true.
So
Everything's a construct.
So lately, I've been getting paranoid. Not because of the pills. Because
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off, but after we get done with this, that was another question I was going to ask you. What are the side effects of that? So just like consider that.
if I don't take them, I feel like shit. That's the side.
No, what are the side effects of taking?
Addiction.
Oh,
There's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get on
Yeah,
that in a
he's
second.
gonna
So
develop
what were we
female
saying?
breasts.
Continue.
So we're at the halftime head-to-head.
Oh my god.
I don't care. This is the last time we ever do this podcast.
We'll get it
I'm
after
continuing.
No. This is the last time we're gonna do this podcast here. Okay. But I would like to make that
But don't you
extremely
have to
clear
flip
to our
this
viewers.
twice?
No,
Well,
it's an hour podcast.
It goes out, we do the halftime show, debate, we flip it again after that.
How long is
How
this?
about you maybe watch our videos once in a while?
Ooh!
Yes.
Oot!
How about
I can't talk because like
Alright,
literally
you know.
I watch no nothing.
You know I watch the videos.
I
you
watched
understand why I don't
Tug of
remember.
War as a present to Mason.
No, you watched it because we needed you to.
Right. Yes, but it was also to keep you happy. You know.
I didn't want you.
And-
I didn't care.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not-
Chad did.
did he?
Chad was
Well,
like, I want you to
well, then-
watch my art.
Well then,
Yes.
well then, you're welcome, Shad. If you're watching this, probably not, as we just established.
It's nice that you did.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. I was happy with it.
You guys shit on me for not watching. You understand.
Except episode 6 sucks.
Yeah,
I will
fuck
say
episode
that. I
6,
will
he
say
says.
that publicly on the channel. Episode 6 sucks. Episode 7 is the shit.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
it goes instantly from the worst show you've ever seen to the best.
I'm
Well,
not
it's
gonna lie.
not-
Andy's right.
It's not like Seinfeld.
I was attempting to watch them the other day. I'm like, what ones have I seen? I'm like, I think I've seen all the way up to 5. Let me start with 6.
They're mad
No.
at each other for no reason. It's like humans don't argue like that. Anyways,
I'm mad at Mantis
But
all
I-
the time just for
but
being here.
but I digress. So I've
yeah,
seen that.
Mason
I've
and I
seen
argue
that,
like that.
and I usually watch the podcast, like at least most of them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I watched the podcast. You understand why I don't remember.
But it's
not
like
gonna mention one thing.
I'm literally here, so it's kind of just review at that point. You know, it's like.
Can I
review.
talk about my paranoia?
I know.
I mean, are you
Yeah,
paranoid
just
about
having a
getting
good
to talk
time.
about your
I'm
paranoia?
paranoid that this is a simulation. Okay.
Okay.
I think about it a
Okay,
lot,
so paranoia, side effects, halftime show.
Yes.
Boom, let's go roll.
All right, paranoid because I've noticed something, and I've already known about this, but now it's really getting to me because it's becoming more apparent in my life. You know when you hear a word for the first time and then you instantly hear it twice?
Yes.
That bugs
Right.
me
Right.
because I was the most obscure thing ever. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I heard about a fucking movie
Okay.
on a
Passionate.
Rooster Teeth podcast. Okay, the same day I've never fucking heard or seen of this movie. It's called Kazam with fucking Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
Relax.
No, this is I'm in the Matrix right now. I'm losing it.
It's part of the-
3 F-bombs in the last 30 seconds.
Mason.
Okay, we're going way over our PG-13 limit.
I'm a
right
bleeper.
now.
That movie is part of like the Mandela Effect conspiracy. It's one of the main.
Anyways,
I know the Mandela effect. It's very weird.
Yes, it
we're
freaks me
we're
out.
children friendly here.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, anyways.
We're 18 to 25.
Kazam with Shaq. Yes, I've heard of it. I have heard of it.
Okay, so anyways, I've never heard of it before, ever. Never even...
Not missing much.
I heard about it on the podcast, went home, scrolled through Hulu, it's right there, staring at me in the face. I was like, what are the odds?
Can I add one to this?
But you scrolled for it though.
No.
No, he was.
I was
scrolling
scrolling through Hulu. I ended up watching Jacob's Ladder, by the way. Great film.
But have you seen Kazam though?
No.
Because I've heard it's horrible.
It's
But-
awful. You are
But
not
I was
missing
just
anything.
scrolling through Hulu, and then all of a sudden it's staring at me in the face.
Right.
Can I
because
add
you're
something to
aware
this?
of there because you're aware of it.
Can I add something to this?
No!
Can I add something to this that freaked me out the other day? All right, I had my uncle's funeral one day. His name was Jeremy. I went back down to Fort Wayne. I had work the next day. On my way to work, they played a song. Guess what the first song is when I turned the radio on? Jeremy's Crying.
Ooh.
Ooh. The next day.
Oof. One time I had a bad day at work this summer. Legitimately, I get in my car, like I'm so upset, and actually, that's exactly what happened. Now that I think about it, I get in my car. It's not raining. As I walk out to my car, I start driving home, super upset. It starts pouring down rain, and then all of a sudden, so I'm like, all right, fine, I'm gonna listen to the radio. Turn on the radio. When you had a I'm like, oh my god, I hate my life so much.
I love how his like makes him angry and ours are like, is this world a
I don't really
simulation?
hate
Are we
my
being
life.
watched?
It's pretty good, but
So explain the Mandela effect. Like seriously,
The
like
Mandela effect.
no,
is
I know it. Like, how does that happen?
People remember different events differently. People thought Nelson Mandela died in the 70s. He died like 5-6 years ago, I think.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, like people thought he was dead before that though. Like they remembered.
He was the president in the 90s, right?
They
Something like
they
that.
remembered seeing his like funeral on like TV. People did, and the same with the Berenstain Bears thing. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Or it's Shazam.
Who made this?
What, the Mandela?
This construct
Oh,
that
oh,
I live in.
there's
the
another one.
simulation?
Yes.
The
I don't know.
The Kazam
God?
one.
Who knows?
The Kazam one is there's Kazam
Now
with
we're getting
Shaq.
religious.
I'm losing it.
There's Kazam with Shaq, but there was Shazam. People thought with Sinbad.
Yes.
Yeah, and they thought they were so similar. It's freaky, but one of them didn't actually happen.
I'm upset.
All right, don't we have to do halftime now? Because I'm getting freaked
We'll
out.
get to it.
Side
But
effects
I'm
are-
having too good of a time to do
Our
that.
Side effects is
Right.
paranoia.
Yeah, for real.
No. If you want to talk about side effects from these pills,
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to like bring this.
full circle.
Well, no, I just want to bring this first conversation to its like full conclusion.
Tell me.
Of like, so do you think we live in a simulation then?
I was against it, but it's starting to look that
There's
way.
too many
I-
pieces.
It's so hard. It's like
It makes my stomach hurt, and I want to throw up.
we probably do. If I'm being 100% honest, we probably do. But at the same time,
It's a poorly written simulation.
No,
Yeah.
it's like the Matrix. They were like, we tried to make it perfect for you, but your minds couldn't handle it.
This world
Remember that?
sucks.
but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we are because it
No,
feels,
yeah.
it feels real to us.
Oh, I'm gonna
So-
stand up on the cast. Ugh, look at my crotch.
Jesus Christ.
It feels real to us, and that's all that matters.
It doesn't feel real
Which
right
brings
now.
up a whole nother million questions of if we run simulations that feel real to them, are they real people?
Oh,
Because-
no!
Oh my
No,
God.
yes, because if,
Jesus,
if
this
oh,
is getting
no,
too
Andy,
far.
that actually is true. If we can create simulations that feel real to them, then there's a 100% chance we are in a simulation right now. That is part
That's
of
not.
the theory.
That's not. There's not 100% chance.
No, that's the point that they make is that if you reach
Yeah,
the
but
point where you can-
mathematically, it can't be. We can't know that.
You gotta get out.
which pill gets you out of
You
the
are
red of the-
Neo.
I can't remember.
You were God, Mason.
Yo, we
Remember
want to
that?
talk about that.
Neo's not the one though.
We had a whole. Listen. Don't take that statement in a vacuum. That has meaning behind
Yeah,
it.
people are gonna be like, oh god, Mason.
Like, do they really worship this guy?
Well, I was gonna
No.
say that Neo is not the one. Agent Smith is the one.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah.
So
No,
Neo-
him and Neo are the ones.
They both
When they
can be-
combine.
It's like Harry Potter. It could be Neville or it could be.
No, it is like Harry.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes, it's like Harry Potter. The
Dude,
Matrix is Harry Potter.
The Matrix, Harry Potter, because both Harry Potter
and Neville.
not Neville, the guy with no nose. What's his name?
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Both are the guy. They're both
No.
apart.
No, that's not the point. He's talking about the Chosen One. The Chosen One can be either Harry Potter or Neville Longbottom. He didn't.
Right.
Neville,
Because they both fit the prophecy.
They-
But anyways, we're not
Doesn't-
going to talk about Harry
doesn't-
Potter. No, we're not going to talk about Harry Potter. We're not going to talk about Harry Potter.
Doesn't
We're not going to talk about Harry
Neo?
Potter. Anyways,
And Agent Smith.
so there was a whole conversation a while ago about something about dying and spending eternity.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So,
I got this. Andy,
you want it? No, you
Yes.
Can I have the
go.
gauntlet? Give me the gauntlet. Okay, so This is empty? Damn, dude, you're gonna be hype.
We are getting hype.
We are getting hype. So anyways, we talked about, I said I wanted to live forever, okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, if I live forever, guys, at what point do I become a god? Because, gods live for infinity, so therefore, maybe if you live forever, you become a god. Because Andy said the thing that I've never thought about, if you have infinite amount of time, then you have infinite resources, and it just keeps stacking.
You will eventually do everything.
Because that's the whole point of infinity.
Yes.
It never ends. So like, if, for example, if Mason died, and it was just Mason in a blank space, and he's like, what is happening right now? Is this heaven? Is this hell? I don't know. I don't understand what's happening.
I'm thinking
Is this nothingness? Who knows?
I'm kidding.
But what he begins to realize as time begins to flow.
That's not what happened. We put me in a computer. Remember?
Is it kind of like giving him the...
I don't know. Let me explain what I think happened, and then you can explain what you think happened. So if Mason dies and he's in this blank space, and as time begins to flow, he realizes that he's gonna have infinite of this, right? Because it's been such a long period of time. He realizes nothing is happening. He's not eating. He doesn't need to drink water. He has infinite time now.
Then I'm like, oh my god.
So because he has infinite time, he has an infinite chance. He has a 100% chance of eventually discovering how to do things.
Yes.
Like, for example, snapping his fingers and existence comes into play, right?
It's gonna take a
What does that sound like? Let there be light. The Alpha, the Omega, God, right? Correct?
Here we go.
So the whole point is that Mason begins to figure out how to control basically the universe, right?
Matter.
And then he has an idea, or maybe not even an idea, just a thought. He thinks, if I don't create the universe, I'm never born, and I can't create the universe. So Mason creates the universe, the whole 14 billion years, so he can live his life here on Earth, so he can die, so he can once again create the universe again.
It just keeps going.
They do this same thing in Fantasy. Stewie has his time machine.
Oh wow, we thought we were so intelligent.
No, we just suck again!
He has a time pad and it blows up, and he and Brian are in nothingness. Well, they do it again. They blow it up into nothingness, and Stewie matches the signature of the blow up from the Big Bang. And he realizes that the universe created him to create the universe, to create himself again.
Fucking hate myself.
Yeah, this is an
We
episode
were
of
so
Fantasy.
proud of that.
I was so happy!
We were like, we're gonna make videos. We were like, we're gonna make videos about that. This is such a great idea.
There's a part of that mind that was like, should I let him be happy? And then there's another part that's like, no,
I
somebody did
wish.
this.
Why do you know such obscure things?
Because I've seen every-
it's just peanut butter and
No.
jelly on the sandwich, man.
We're still
I mean,
original.
come on.
No,
no one.
I get it.
Yeah,
Okay, Andy, I think you're drawing it out.
I'm
a
just
little
still
bit.
having an
It's getting
existential
a little less
crisis.
funny every time.
Yeah.
The first one was
We're
great.
still
I was
original.
laughing.
Stewie was not aware of it, and he did not create the universe to make himself. Ours is original.
He did it on accident.
Yeah. Ours
So-
is original.
Yeah.
So, screw you, Family Guy.
Yeah. Patented. Anyways,
Yo.
Hat time!
very quick. No,
Damn it.
very quickly. Side effects.
Damn it.
We'll give you like 30 seconds.
Side
to a
effects.
minute. Side
I
effects.
think
And
you
then we're
said
gonna have
side
time.
effects.
The side effects of taking Cosmoflakes would be possibly when I go to bed. No, I was trying to do the fast
Okay,
thing.
yeah,
but I can't do it.
I got you.
So,
You can't think that
I
fast.
really have a hard time going to bed. Like, it's hard.
Really?
Because I'm always like, I just want to be awake right now.
I just want to be doing something productive.
Yeah.
So it's like you're almost taking Adderall then, in a way.
It is almost like Adderall, for real.
We should take them at night.
And my friend,
How do you not need a prescription for these?
my friend who takes that, because it's just vitamins.
Vitamins that act like Adderall on your body, which you realize that Adderall, when it's not prescribed by a doctor, is a street drug called speed.
What?
I thought
I needed 30 seconds to tell
I
you
thought
my
Adderall was meth.
What?
It's close to meth.
I'm
It's
pretty
like-
sure
it's like-
technically it's literally
it's-
one off.
pretty
It's
sure
one
Adderall is-
molecule off, but Adderall is a street drug called speed. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking
Sorry,
it
is
up.
it
I'm-
speed and peanut butter and jelly?
I thought speed was another name for coke. I thought speed was another name for cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm
Guys,
that one.
You're
I'm
getting
not-
off topic.
I'm not exactly up to date on my drug knowledge. I'm sorry. Okay?
This is like 90s drug
Anyways,
usage.
but you can't go to sleep.
I have a hard time going to sleep. I'll tell you that much.
I was over at your house and you were up till like 6 in the morning.
Yeah. And I was up till 5 last night doing nothing.
Just sitting there like...
And that's the other thing. When I'm not doing something, I start getting anxiety.
Like
Oh,
jittery.
fuck.
Where I'm like,
Like maybe I'm in a simulation.
Mason,
yeah, like maybe I'm just.
Mason, you probably should have stopped at those 2 weeks.
And
dude.
it's like, I should be doing something, wasting my time, and then I'll just be like, and then I do something.
Oh,
So like if I don't do something though, I really feel like
You
I'm
need to get
just
yourself like some puzzles or
like
something.
freaking
out of
wasting my
homework.
time.
Yeah, you're taking Adderall, bud.
All right, are we doing
okay.
the halftime?
Yes. So Mason is the winner. So Mason gets an automatic bid into the halftime show. Me and Mantis, because Mantis.
Gotta tell the prompt.
The what?
The prompt.
What are we
Just
arguing
looked
about?
up in the air.
I was like, whoa, that's crazy. we're really getting
Bitches, you covered my light.
Exactly.
we're really getting
Sorry.
technically impressive
Did
here.
you think I was God and like a prompt
Yeah.
showed up?
The universe in existence.
He already
So,
did it, dude.
because Mantis, this is his first episode and last episode because he's joining the military. Congratulations, Mantis.
And the podcast is dying.
Yeah.
None of us will be friends in a
But
month.
his last podcast for a long time. I don't know how long. A few months at least.
6 months.
So 6 months at least. There you go, from the man himself. I'm gonna let him call in the air. For if you win, you play.
Tails.
Never fails.
Heads.
Ooh!
So I play. Right?
Oh, shit!
Okay.
Wait, no, we got to
So-
for whose topic too, right?
Right. So because
Can I
Mason's
do
the winner.
this since I'm not playing?
Yeah, sure.
So
Go
the
ahead.
prompt
I
is...
messed up.
You already said it, right? Did you say the prompt?
I did have not.
The prompt is Apple or Android.
Yes. We were impressed with this one. This one-
With the iPhone launch, Apple or Android.
That's right.
And you have to pick, so you know you either get Samsung and you win. And you
So,
No. So heads is Apple. Tails is
well, I was just gonna say if he gets it right, he gets to pick.
no, that's not how it works.
no. That's
That's not how it works?
No. Watch the show.
Yeah, watch it.
You know, I love
Heads.
the show. You know why?
Heads is Apple.
Heads is Apple.
Tails. Please give me Android.
Heads.
Dang it! I'm mad because oh my gosh.
Just
Okay.
to put it in
All right,
perspective.
Mantis, get a 5-minute timer, and it never actually goes 5 minutes, but we put 5
Andy
minutes.
has an iPhone. Mason has a Samsung.
Also, Mantis, as the judge, do not be partial to.
I won't. No, I will go by the best argument.
Okay.
But also interject whenever you feel like, because that's how we roll.
That's
here,
how we
dude.
roll here. I was
All right, I gotta.
Oh, 5 minutes. Go.
Oh, that would not be good. Whoa! What's your problem, bud?
You said it never lasts.
I know
5
his
minutes.
problem. He's not having an iPhone in his life.
What is this, an infomercial?
No.
I have an iPhone.
I will
10.
allow you as the champion.
Okay, as champion, iPhone is the best, and here is why. That hurts my heart, man.
You don't sound
All right.
Wait,
For the general public, an iPhone should be the choice option for people. Also with the new times, and I'm going to explain here why in about 40 seconds. Right now, in this day and age, people do not care about all of the extras that Android offers. So they offer customization and all of that stuff for the user.
Yeah.
Okay, that people don't utilize. And when you ask people what do they like about Apple, they're like, it's simple. And people like simplicity nowadays. They like simple, they like cutting edge, and it's expensive. Who doesn't like expensive shit? You know? So you can be like, I'm flexing right now. This is an Apple. You don't even have to say what it is. They're like, that motherfucker paid a lot of money.
That's
So
true.
the simplicity of Apple and its iOS is really what sells it, and it's really one of the most secure devices you can get. Honestly, with Android, you have a lot of problems with attacks with like viruses and stuff like that. Apple doesn't have that issue because they don't do a lot of third-party cooperation. I hand you the
Okay, well, here's why Android is better. You get whatever you want in Android, right? Do you want? Don't make fun of me.
We weren't. No.
Do you want a Galaxy Note? Do you want basically a tablet as your phone? You can have that with your Android, right? What do they have? Pluses? No good. What do you? I'm just stalling. I'll be honest.
Well, you got 3 minutes.
Yeah, but we never.
I know. I'm
Anyways,
just saying you got enough. Time.
Continuing. Well, you can have whatever kind of phone you want. Do you want an LG? Do you want a flip phone? You can have that with Android. Also, what do you want as a consumer? Do you want Apple to be a monopoly? Do you want them to own the world? Do you want them to be our overlords? Okay? Do you want to pray to Steve Jobs every morning? All right? Praise Steve Jobs? No, I don't think so. Right? I'd rather pray to Google because at least Google solves all my problems for me. Right? And also, who would win in a fight? An Apple or an Android? Right? It's not.
I didn't get that at first, and then it hit me.
close. It's not even close. One is a fruit. One is a semi-autonomous human-like being made out of electronics and metal. Correct? Right?
Yep.
Is there any chance of an apple winning that fight?
Yes.
Be honest with me. Take no partiality into this.
I can tell you this, I'm the judge. Yes, the apple would win. Because
hear
long
it.
after that android's ran out of battery, it's done, civilization's
seeds.
over, the seeds will go on to grow, the roots will come up, cover the metal, and eventually Mother Nature will win, always.
Yeah, but the android has uploaded its consciousness into the
In the
cloud.
long
The
game,
android
exists forever.
became God because it lived so long infinitely and created that apple, so fuck that apple.
That's
Wait,
right.
what? They ain't
Okay,
picked the apple.
debate over. However, I would like to point out, you missed, one of the reasons I wanted the apple so bad is because I had the best argument. The first thing I was going to say was I was going to be like, well, we are filming on an iPhone right now, so we would not have this podcast without an iPhone.
Do I still have time?
You have a minute.
I didn't mean
No!
Yeah.
No,
Here we
no,
go, boy.
no,
You brought it up, baby. You brought this on yourself.
Judging is included in the time, and it is a known fact that judges need at least 1 minute.
The judge allows it.
The apple we're filming off of did not allow me to turn off autofocus. I just want you to know that.
I would also like you to know that androids would never fight over.
Quiet.
I just want you to
The
know.
judge has already decided. The judge has already decided.
Okay.
And as painful as it was, I think Mason took it, dude.
Woo!
You
No,
started
I know.
pandering. Yours was by far the
You're
funniest.
covering me up.
Alright.
That's fair. No, he absolutely won. I could not think of any arguments. I froze up. But congratulations.
Nice job.
I was hoping
So-
making you guys laugh would give it to me, but
I had an unfair advantage.
We talked about this extensively in marketing class.
really.
Yeah,
That's okay.
So I was like, I'm just gonna.
I mean, there's
Mantis,
nothing-
you keep covering up
I'm
my
sorry.
light. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, here we go.
I'm
Second
sorry, I
week in a
apologize.
row.
Damn.
I'm a
I have a hat
leader.
on.
Smooth.
Alright.
Oh,
Wait.
Champion.
If this is the last one of this location, are we doing an extra long podcast for it?
it seems like it.
So what if we did another argument?
Absolutely
Well,
not.
as again, if you watch our podcast, I explained in the first episode that we play it like soccer. We just keep going over, and no one knows for how long it will go.
So if this runs out, what if we do another argument and end it?
What do you mean?
We'll figure it out as
Just
we
do
go
another
along.
one of those.
Make it feel natural.
Yeah,
Make
exactly.
it feel natural?
You guys like my hair? Huh? Like that?
Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's Maybelline.
It's very hot here.
Maybe
Okay.
it's Maybelline.
Okay, where do we
Sponsored by Maybelline.
Where do we want to pick up on that argument? Is there anything else that wants to be said about that debate about Apple versus Android? I mean,
Yes, the new iPhones.
right.
They're really good.
Apple is much
Whoa.
better. Apple is much better than Android. By
Just
the way.
pause. Also, they're all wrong. That Android is better than Apple. For multiples of reasons, okay?
Well, let's hear it.
But the things that I did say are actually good things about Apple. I
Yes.
do agree with those things.
I also hated that you talked about how people don't like customizing, because I was like, that's one of my arguments, and you're taking it, and even though it's not true, you're stating a fact
No, it
that
is
cuts.
It is true. People like simplicity.
we talked about
You don't want to have to buy extra mods.
So-
you want everything in one.
in 2001-ish area. No, well, not 2001. Way too far back. 2009 and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
The iPhone, like the phone industry, was all about having all that. Like, it's cool. So that's why there was a bunch of that like bullshit like gesturing on your phone and stuff. They were trying to like push the boundaries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But people
so-
don't like that crap anymore. It's just bloat that they don't use. And Apple's really like dialed it down to like what do people want in a phone.
Mm.
So I wasn't saying that it's simple and they
Gotcha.
don't. It's refined.
Right, and that honestly, that's what I like about it. Every time I buy an Apple phone, I open it up and I instantly know where to go for what I want. And I cannot say that about an Android. Honestly,
God,
whenever
no.
I've tried an Android phone, I'm always like, how do I get this done?
Those
that
things
I'm
are like
trying
a
to
damn
do?
Rubik's
You know what I
Cube.
mean?
And to back up your statement, I'm doing this.
'Cause you're
I
just-
actually put a launcher on every single phone I have, so I have the same experience on every Android.
Oh, so you back it up.
Yeah.
You back up your phone. Yeah, iPhone does that.
No,
Yeah,
a launcher. Like a launcher.
Yeah, but I'm just comparing it to the iCloud. It backs up your phone on iPhone. So like when you get a new iPhone, it just automatically downloads.
He's not talking about the same data. He's talking about the same
Layout.
experience, layout.
Yeah, it does the same. It'll put your apps in the same places.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
I guess mine messed up last
It's
time.
not just data. It'll put your apps in the same place. It'll put information in the apps. Like for example, if you have whatever.
Holy shit!
If you had like 100
Yeah.
notes in
You
your
don't have to go through and remember your
if you had
account, it just
if
does
you had
it.
like 100 notes in your notes app, you just open up your notes app on the new
Yeah,
phone.
I've got a lot of my
and
slam
boom.
poetry from my old phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god! Why have we not done a slam poetry on D0?
That'll be the next halftime show.
Yeah.
We're doing it. This is soccer. No one understands it in America, but we're gonna watch
That's
it
right.
anyway.
So I want to talk about the new iPhones.
Uh,
They're expensive.
how much?
1,100 for the XR. No. For the
Yikes.
Yeah, it's the XR.
Well, I mean, it has to be because the X is still 1,000. So
Yeah, that's pretty good if it's a next step up.
yeah.
So-
So it's true for 100. It's not bad.
also, they made the bullshit claim that they made an affordable option for people at $768.
Wow.
It's more affordable than
Wow, that's crazy. That was
I just loved how he said that.
the most
I
sarcastic.
can hear the pain in your voice when you argued for Apple.
It hurt. I will tell you that. XS, XS, and XR. XS Max. So
You think XS or XS?
XS. Yeah, their naming sucks, by the way.
Yes, it does.
It
You went
does.
from
I
8
will
to
agree
10.
with that.
You skipped 9.
But
And also,
Galaxy 7, 8, 9, and soon to be 10 has to counter your argument as well. I mean, because that naming is not.
I hate
amazing.
Samsung, by the way.
Okay, well, give me another example.
Yeah, he uses off-brand phones.
Because that's the main competitor to the iPhone.
Yeah,
is the Samsung.
I like OnePlus as a company.
Yeah, I actually remember you talking about looking into their phones for long.
OnePlus is an amazing company.
What was your first cell phone? The OG.
My first ever cell phone?
Yeah, like
was
not even like a flip phone.
first like
but like
smartphone.
well, like semi-smart, like like you could text on it and stuff like that.
My first was a slider.
Oh,
It was a slider LG, I think. It was an LG slider. So we're talking about the slider LG. Mine
Right.
wasn't just a slider with a keyboard. It was also a touchscreen.
dude, I had the old. I had the flip.
But like the DS touchscreen, you know what I mean? Like where it's not like it's
Accurate at all.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, it feels wrong.
Dude, I had like I think I had a Verizon flip phone,
A Verizon?
and then I had my stepdad's old phone that was one piece. And I dropped that thing from the top of our school's bleachers, and it wouldn't even I think it dented the ground. Can we just say that
The cement. It went through the cement.
New phones are flimsy. Old phones you could throw
Not
into a
true.
moving semi.
New phones are awesome. Phones from 2014 are shit.
I think it's funny that like you're describing that phone, and in my head I'm imagining like 2001, 2005. In reality, that was pretty much like
Just-
20. That was like 2010.
Yeah.
2011 maybe.
We've come a long way.
Yeah,
Me and
I
Taylor
had
had this
mine very
conversation.
fast.
We had Taylor had this conversation where we're like, oh, we always talk about stuff in the future that's crazy, and I
Mhm.
feel like it's not crazy now. If you would have told me, like 10-year-old me, just having a good time in middle school, that we would have like touchscreen shit everywhere, and that YouTube would be the biggest platform.
I'd call you a liar.
Well, maybe not middle school you. Maybe going back a little bit farther, because like as freshmen, remember you had that tablet you carried around as a freshman everywhere.
It's true.
You remember that?
I did that.
So that would have only been like a year or two before that. So I don't think you were like touchscreen. What is this?
No, not
The fu-
touchscreen. It's that like everything's touchscreen.
Yeah, my computer's a 2-in-1, and it just comes.
It wouldn't have been 20. It wouldn't have been middle school. So maybe like 5th grade me.
Okay,
Would have told me
that's
that.
fair. Like 4 years. Okay.
You'd have blown my damn mind in 5th grade.
I would have like been like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Yeah.
And now it's just
I
like.
thought Facebook was the future in 20.
Oh my god.
In 5th
Do
grade.
you remember when people thought MySpace was the future?
You know what's funny? Like in 5th grade, people were talking about MySpace. So I was like, I gotta get a MySpace. So I got a MySpace. I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then the next year, it's just funny how like trends change. Then the next year, everyone was like, oh, you need a Facebook. Like you're not cool if you don't.
You
have
get a
Facebook.
MySpace? Fucking nerd.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to get a Facebook and start playing.
I think that's my first
Farmville
iPhone
and
was.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Farmville.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mindless slaves.
So I just realized
Dragon Ball is where it's at.
Destination Zero is not on MySpace. So I definitely gotta hook us up there.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
also,
dude.
you know what I just realized as well? I'm glad that you're connected to the Wi-Fi because we did not think about that at all before we started the
Oh
podcast.
yeah, yeah. The new iPhone suck. So yeah.
But what's different with them then?
So what's different about them? Get this. Nothing.
Better camera?
Yes.
That's a fair
Okay.
argument.
Actually, there's a big thing going on right now in like the subreddits and stuff like that. Watching on Unbox Therapy, something weird's going on with the iPhone's front-facing camera. It seems to be applying a smoothing effect, like a beauty mode, stock standard to people.
Oh.
It's making people look better,
It's
like
filtering.
hotter than they are.
Yes.
That is amazing.
I
Like
think
right
that-
now, it's doing that.
Right now.
I think
that
that beats
explains
Samsung.
so much. Oh man, my life is really coming. Like the puzzle pieces are coming.
But it's front facing,
coming
not backwards.
So they can't turn. You can't turn it off.
Right.
Well, shocker, you can turn
It's
it
like
off.
kind of a good thing though, and also to go
It makes
off that.
catfishing easier.
Apparently, there's psychological thing when you look in the mirror, you see yourself better looking than people actually view you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a narcissistic
Holy
piece of
shit! I
I'm
must
not
be
gonna
ugly.
do it. I already know it.
exactly, right? No, I don't know. But yeah, there's been studies that have shown that you look in the mirror and I mean obviously it's a mirror. So, like that's what it does. It reflects. You're seeing what's actually there, but something about your
A piece of
brain.
shit, that's what I see.
Yes.
Bash
A real horrible human being. Yeah.
Absolute
No,
scumbag.
like you're seeing what's there, obviously, but in a way your brain kind of distorts it and thinks that it's better than it is.
Oh,
in a
absolutely.
way.
Because when I look in the mirror, I can't tell that one of my eyes is just a little bit higher than the other. But when I take a picture, you can see it so hard, and it terrifies me.
I have a
That's why
good side. Like whenever I take a picture, I'm always like over here. And
my
like,
head,
this,
I always hold,
this side gets in the picture and this side gets cut.
I hold my head at an angle because my eyes, one is a little bit higher. So I hold my head at an angle so people don't notice.
That's fair. What do you think?
I think I'm an idiot.
Why?
I just realized something that I should be doing that would make my editing job easier.
What's up?
And I haven't been doing it. But
Talk
now
about it.
now that we're losing the set, now that I know, now that
Talk about it.
Existential crisis.
Talk about it. What
We're in a simulation. God, I wish my voice
Why
would
am
crack
I
every
not
10 seconds.
recording my screen
Mm-hmm.
while we're recording this so that I don't have to look up the stuff and record it afterwards? I can just be it just shows it all the time.
Oh my god.
Dude, that would make your life so much easier. Oh my god.
That's fair. And it's
And the brain pills are working.
and it's yeah, exactly.
To make you
And it
dumber,
sucks
just makes you
because
smarter.
it sucks because we're never gonna have this like perfect area down here to put.
Hey now, when we're 10 years down the line,
Andy-
we've all got houses and like bars and basements. We'll have
You
one.
think
If
I'm
you
still gonna be your friend in 10 years, Mantis?
Yes.
If you guys
Hey,
didn't
you
know
can be
this,
my best man when I get
I
married.
agree.
Hey!
we decided that already.
You've got Shad. Shut
I'm
up.
talking. I know that you're the. If you guys didn't know, Andy is technically the producer of this project.
Yes.
You're a very negative producer.
Yeah.
He's like, we're never going to have something amazing again.
No, we were talking about this. You were the one that was negative when we were talking earlier. I was like, we're brainstorming, we'll figure out something cool, right?
The
And you were
evolution's
like,
kicking
I
in
doubt
while
it.
being depressed.
Not really. It's something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my point,
You-
I'm not
yes.
talking about. I'm not saying there'll be something cool. We'll figure something cool out because we're geniuses. That's a fact.
Obviously.
Yeah. But I'm just saying this perfect area. This perfect area.
We're all geniuses because we're all depressed.
This perfect area right down here. That's like you can put a screen at a digital screen. We're not gonna have that ever again because the set's gonna change.
Ask your mom if you can take the bar with you.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
We cut out this entire section of your house and take it with us.
I was thinking
That'd
just.
be pretty incredible.
I was thinking
but
just
we'd
the
have to
bar.
re-drywall it for sure.
True.
Andy, or we just unhook
Yeah,
the bar.
we
just
could
take the bar.
We could do the bar, but then we wouldn't have the incredible background.
We can
though,
work
too.
on that. We can work on that. Green screen it in. Just
We could
You know what
do
does
that.
suck?
What?
We to get this much quality out of what out of the next set,
Uh-huh.
we have to put more money into it.
Oh no, not really, because like the money came from. You guys can't see most of it, but like there's lights and there's a
there's like
bipod.
6 camera people back there. too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we hired-
We have a whole crew.
Whole crew.
God, I can't talk.
Who's
We
that
have-
big
Yeah, we have a whole crew. We got a food table
Oh, a
back
poster.
there.
And we have a poster.
And a
We
poster.
have a poster. We bought that poster twice.
You guys can't see
That's
it.
that's a fact. That's a true thing. That we
That
bought
is-
that. We bought that poster twice. Shad's thing is gone.
If
but
you guys can make do while I'm gone, when I get back, I will help bankroll.
Well, we have multiple projects that need bankrolled, so
Well, I will help with
Kind
a
of
few of
scattered.
them. I will help with a few
I
of
don't.
them.
I honestly don't think it won't be nearly expensive. Because all we need is decor, and the decor wasn't.
And I have a
it
lot
wasn't the
more.
expensive part.
true.
I have a
It
lot
was,
more.
It was mics. It was bipods. It was cameras.
I have a lot more of this stuff, like all this, in my apartment too. I have a whole stack of just nerdy decorations.
I kind of feel like we should
But
just.
these aren't. You missed the point though, Mantis. These aren't nerdy decorations.
These are decorations that tell a story.
These are conversation starters, right?
Boom.
So we got a globe. How is a globe nerdy? A globe is adventurous. It invites people to look over here and spin it at random times during the podcast.
Okay.
If you guys haven't picked that up, I do that sometimes. Watch for it. It's a game. It's fun. We like it.
Okay, Andy, geography is nerdy and I love it.
Okay. NBA basketball. How is that nerdy?
Dude, I'm getting nostalgic. Here we go.
I like the
Across.
Pistons. I can't say that's nerdy. You got me there.
Yeah. Okay. Record player. A little nerdy,
That's
but
more
also pretty dope.
That's
right?
more hipster than nerdy.
Can I say dope? Am I too
You
white?
can
am
say dope.
Am I too white to say it though?
That's
I'm
dope,
asking.
yo.
No,
We
record players
got
are cool.
that. That's awesome. I mean, that's pretty nerdy, but it's also like there's
Yes,
an
absolutely.
amazing.
That tells a story behind it.
Yeah, there's an amazing story. That's not even ours. Okay, we stole that
From who?
not from my sister.
Oh.
America.
She won't miss it. Don't even worry. And then America.
Alright, well,
It's
And
it's
also,
a lot,
we have this, and even though it's functional, there's a universe in every one of these grains of sand.
oh god, there's a bunch of who's in here. Yeah. But no, I feel like we can still kind of recreate the nostalgic feel. Use things that have meaning behind them.
I would love to get like couches. That would be awesome. Dude.
Ooh.
Ooh.
See, we're brainstorming on the podcast.
I don't
Next
care,
podcast.
dude.
No, I'm okay with it.
Me too.
I'm just saying I like this right now. We're brainstorming. But yeah, that's the point though, Mantis. It's not about nerdy stuff. It's
I
about stuff.
understand that. There's memories back there. And
Right. It's telling a story.
I feel like
It's
we can
interesting
recreate
to
that
look
somewhere.
at.
You can always bring memories with you.
Yeah. Memories never die because
Home is
always
always
enough
enough
story.
I was gonna say until we do.
Simulation.
Memories never die until we do.
memories never die until we do.
Yeah.
Damn,
Hopefully.
that's an interesting. You were talking about being in a philosophy class. I've taken a philosophy class.
Yeah.
That's an interesting philosophical point. If we die and there's an afterlife, but we don't have our memories, do we really want there to be an afterlife?
Heck no.
I'd
Wait.
just be a husk.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
You have no memories.
Like so, basically, like kind of like reincarnation in a way.
Oh, absolutely
But-
not. No, I don't like that. No.
I want to be me forever.
I want to be me.
Well, okay.
I don't want to just be some
Yeah.
mindless
Well, don't
husk.
you want to evolve? Don't you want to become like a better person?
Yeah,
No.
don't you want to be a god?
No, I don't want to be a better person. I want to be a god. I don't want to be a better person.
That would be, well, the Greek gods weren't necessarily Greek.
No, they were human.
I mean,
Mystic.
should we go there? Not to Greek gods. I think you know where I'm talking about.
I don't know. Zeus was kind of a serial
Like-
rapist.
Hit it. I can always cut it.
No, it won't be too. It's
Then
just
you're
like
gonna bitch about it.
it's just like I mean, there are some contradictions in like Christianity
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that God for sure about like being loving and
He
stuff,
doesn't
and
seem
then,
all
and then
loving.
striking down entire villages with his might,
Flooding the
and
entire
power.
earth. And, you know,
Yes.
He
killing
told,
everyone.
he told some father to take his son out to a rock and cut his dick off.
No, he told him to kill him, dude. He was gonna straight
Which-
up kill him.
if
Which
someone
he
cuts
didn't let
my
him
dick
do.
off,
He didn't
he
let
should
him
kill
do.
me anyway.
Sorry, that was actually the year one version.
Yeah, the year one. Yeah. I love that movie.
That's my.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
It's a great movie.
It's-
Great movie.
I tried to watch it again. Couldn't watch it. It's trying to trash, but it is funny.
It's just.
Well, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera are just such a.
It's
not
not
Jonah
Jonah
I
Hill,
mean,
it's
Jack Black. Yeah, Jack
You
Black.
motherfucker.
You keep dingling this ding dang thing.
I'm sorry.
It's
Do
gonna
you know?
show up in the audio.
Do you know how Mantis is, dude?
That's okay. The first week I pounded the table like 40
Also,
times.
the second week we kept clap syncing in the middle, so we're always gonna.
Oh,
have
that
You
made
made the
me
mistake
so
of-
upset. Oh god, I was so mad.
You
about
made the
that.
mistake of giving me a quarter to play with.
Oh, we were just awful.
Yeah.
What, people or
I don't want to be a
Just-
better person. I just.
I
want to
love
be
this
me.
channel.
we've been very self-depreciate or self-deprecating.
It's self.
This podcast.
Yeah, this podcast.
Yeah, but like D0.
It's like that.
Deprecation.
I always think
zero.
it's funny whenever if you watch like a video or something that talks about how do you make friends or how do you get into a relationship or something like that. It'll talk about don't cut yourself down. Like you got to be in a good balance of have confidence, not too much confidence, and don't cut yourself down at the same time. And I hate that because I'm like, to me, I'm like, I can be very egotistical. You know, we all can, but self-deprecating humor is funny.
That
Like, I
doesn't-
like cutting
it's
myself.
funny.
I like cutting myself down sometimes. And if I'm on, a date or whatever, just hanging out with a friend or whatever, and they view
Just have a moment.
they view my self-deprecation as like a lack of confidence and as a bad personality trait. I don't like that. I'm not down with that. You know what I mean?
I shit at myself, but I'm fucking great.
Yeah, true. It's true. I agree. I 100% agree. I shit on Mantis, and it's pretty great.
Thank you. Everyone here can agree I'm great. End the podcast. We wrap it
So
up.
we haven't touched on news at all. Do we want to get into some news stories?
I do.
Can you pull out your phone and just look at the list real quick?
No, we're just gonna wing it.
I like that.
D0 is amazing.
That's how our friend group works. Is every time we ever hang out, it's just kind of winging it.
We founded this
On a wing it.
on Wing It. That's true. It was.
We made
It started
video.
on Wing It.
It was prop hunt.
No.
No.
That was, dude.
That was our first
that
video.
was the first video. It's not
Prop-
even in our thing anymore.
It's not. No. Prop hunt and the race one.
Oh,
With
Fun
the
Run.
Fun Run.
Fun
Yes.
Run.
Are those not in our thing anymore?
No,
What happened to them?
I got rid of them.
Really?
When we did the rebrand, I got rid of them.
Oh, that's right. Because Destination Zero existed before.
Okay, so
What it was.
it's true. It's cool because like I like winging it. It always comes out natural. Like it can be a big train wreck, right?
Oh my god. Yeah.
But everything that we've done that's winging it
Martha.
blows up. So I don't know what to do. You know?
What, like blows up in a good way?
Yeah,
You're talking about?
like tug of war. Like
Jurassic World.
it's trash. The first episode's low quality.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
So was the
But
6th episode.
But
by
I
the way.
wank. I'm gonna kill you.
He's not wrong though.
But the 7th episode is great. Dude, I've told you this before, but I just want to reiterate it for the audience. That joke at the end of 6 with I need a golf cart and a stick of butter, and then you wrote a whole freaking script around one throwaway joke at the end of an episode, and it's your best episode. I love that, and it's amazing, and I salute you, sir.
Winging it. Nathan, you and I did a video in an afternoon.
We did.
In like 30 minutes of voice recording.
It was 3 hours, and the editing took 15 minutes, and it's one of
So-
our best videos.
Yes.
I
was just
agree with
complete
your
winging it.
statement. I mean it's true. Winging it can also crash and burn very quickly.
That's what I said.
But what's your point, though? I guess I don't get why you got on that whole.
Oh, sorry. The point is that we put a lot of like effort into like planning the stuff that we do and stuff like that. And we're obviously trying to bring the quality up on the channel and everything.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it, just us being natural and like making
Works.
content that's us, like winging it off of that and not like forcing like other things and everything.
People like
So you're
authenticity.
saying we're entertaining people naturally?
I don't want to say we're entertaining people
Uh-huh.
because we're not.
I agree.
But some people think we are.
Yeah, I know.
People like trash.
It's-
I guess that just means we're
Well,
trash.
I would say this. I wouldn't go so far as to say we're entertaining people. I would go so far as to say that we entertain each other,
Yes.
which entertains people.
we have
That's
that.
a good point.
We have
You know?
that early seasons of Practical Jokers vibe about us.
I would not.
Well, I wouldn't compare us to the Impractical Jokers.
No, I just meant the vibe of their
Like
friendship,
have a
not
vibe.
about their
Oh,
show.
okay,
I mean like the vibe of these
I was
guys know
gonna
each
say-
other well
Oh,
enough.
okay.
They're
Just
just
say,
they
we're
just
nowhere
connect.
near their level.
No, my God,
But-
no. I'm just saying that the connection, like you can see that how close they are.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Because everything that we talk about today, talked about in the other 2 episodes, are things that, as I mentioned in the first episode, we would talk about whether there was a camera or not a camera.
Mason and I.
We would probably get a little more racy than we get on
Yeah.
camera. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Mason
Let's
and I
be
got into a
honest.
2-hour
You
screaming
know?
match about global warming.
It would get aggressive.
And
Yeah.
wasn't it a 2-hour car ride about the atomic bomb?
We were
and
parked.
over?
Much more profanities.
Yeah, there would be
But-
a lot more.
I've gotten into several screaming matches with Mason where in the end he said, hey, you want to go get a drink from McDonald's? And that's how it ended. And that's friendship right there.
Yeah.
There's been times where Mason has to just go home. Because
Yeah.
he just can't handle it. And he's like, I'm so mad at you guys, I just have to leave now.
I can't comprehend, and it's never been that bad with, I would say, Shad or Andy. Shad, me and him, we fight a lot because
When you guys do fight, it's bad.
we're creators and we have a lot of disagreements. But when it's Mantis, I want to physically just tear my being apart just so I don't have to be there anymore. You know, because you just dig in. You just dig in.
I know how to get to people,
And
dude.
you never stop.
I just really,
I could get a
really
job at
respect
CNN
you
or Fox.
intellectually, Mason.
Really?
So I think that's why we don't go like angry with.
Oh,
So like I can respect your points very well.
I respect Mason to argue with you.
And of course it's the same for Shad and Mantis, but it's just that, like Mantis sometimes he'll like spew something out and it's like all that goes out the window for a few minutes and I'm like, Mantis,
Okay.
there's peanut butter and jelly in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Come on, what are you talking about?
I'm never gonna live that down, but no.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
And I'm not
Also, did you know that you're 40% more likely to escape a...
Holy
Jesus
smokes!
Christ.
No!
That was all from a joke that I heard.
That was
I
not
loved
a
it.
joke. You were 100%
And I'm serious about it.
No,
now.
no,
Yes,
that was
I'm
not a
dead
joke.
serious about it now.
That was not a joke.
Yeah, it
You were
started
serious.
off as a joke.
Let
and now I'm
Mantis
serious.
tell the story.
There was
Mantis tells
a joke I heard in stand-up that if someone comes at you with a knife and stabs you, you gotta take at least 35% of the blame. Because he wanted to stab you more than you wanted to get stabbed. I heard this in stand-up. I can't remember who said it. It's not my own thing. But I was like, I laughed at it, and then I started to think about it. I'm like, yeah, I kind of dig with that. Like, someone wanted to stab you more than you wanted to get stabbed. You know? Getting stabbed is a little bit...
I don't think we're quite there yet.
I know.
I want to cover a topic with you more,
I know.
but it's gonna be great when we get there.
Is Kevin Spacey in Jersey again? I hope that picked up.
Alright, well, do we want to, now that Mantis,
No, we
there's
can
so
skip
many
it.
topics we didn't touch on that I
We can
really
skip
want
But we've
to.
had so
I
many
wanna-
good topics.
We have, okay, I really want to, it might be a horrible topic, but I just want to show this picture because it's a really great picture. I want to go to that fishing, that man in the,
Yes,
in
the
the ocean.
man in the hut, the survival.
That was such a, like, an amazing picture. What is happening here?
I'm gonna get pull up the article.
Oh, now you can
Why
pull
don't
up
you
your
pull it up
phone.
on your computer? so
Because I
you can see
can't
it?
find it. It's instantly here.
Oh, I see.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. Pause for technical difficulties. I'm really impressed
We
with
pulled
us.
some-
We didn't. We all our topics are written on my phone, which is currently recording us back there, and we didn't need any of that.
I thought Mason wrote it
Yeah.
down.
You
We
know
did
what?
okay.
We want to solve it? All we gotta start talking about? Philosophy.
Yeah.
You can talk forever.
Yeah. You just.
I
gotta
feel like
start
this is what
debating.
Socrates did. We're like New Age Socrates.
I think that's what's
but just
funny.
way
I think-
dumber.
Don't compare me to Socrates.
Yeah.
Way dumber.
I think
and-
that's what's funny about the halftime show is that it's a debate, but really the whole show is a debate. And the whole show.
It's a debate within a debate.
The whole show is actually a better debate because there's not stakes. Right? What are you getting on?
Apple sucks. Because I can't open Apple News on my Android phone to look at this article.
Well, Mantis just Googled it on Google News.
He didn't. He used Apple News. Which is
Use Apple
incredible.
News.
So just Google.
But
man
you can
stuck
get.
in the ocean.
But you can get.
Just try it.
But you can get Google to work on it.
Anyways, and honestly, most of the other debates in the show are better because there's nothing riding on them. We're not trying to win, you know. So
All I
the
do is
halftime
win,
show
win, win, no
just
matter what.
divulges really quickly into something that's not a debate.
It's like two
Yeah,
cavemen.
because we're just trying to win. So
It's like two cavemen fighting over a stick. There's no point. You just want to win.
which is I think is an ironic, little antidote of some kind.
So this was where? India?
Indonesia.
The South Pacific Ocean.
Yes, Indonesian boy survives 49 days on raft.
We won't search for too long, but
49 days?
yes,
Yeah.
Found it.
perfect.
That was
Nice.
specific.
I told you it would be.
All right. Teen survives 49 days
It's not the same picture.
at
though.
sea on a floating fishing shack.
But I really only.
Oh, they
did
showed
one
the kid. I just want to see the shack.
I get that you only want to see the picture. That's
Look,
still
scroll.
impressive.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
And
It
then
is
we'll
very
talk about it.
impressive.
Then we'll
This-
talk about it quickly.
He survived in like a little fishing hut. It's like a little raft, just a little hut. 49 days.
Honestly, that picture probably wasn't real. Like, it was probably just like artist rendering.
Well, I think
No,
it was
I
a
think
real
it was
picture.
real.
I don't think it was really of that situation.
That's kind of what I meant.
No, you said an artist rendering.
No, the raft. It stated he survived on a like a fishing boat raft.
No, but you guys aren't understanding. Mason said.
I was wrong.
Mason
We
said.
just-
I said I was wrong.
Oh, so you
I said I was wrong.
You figured it out as
Yeah,
I
I figured out what you said, and I was like, I was wrong.
Okay.
I'm
so,
sorry.
so do I need to explain for the audience?
Absolutely not. They already get it. They
Alright.
already knew.
Makes
See,
it wrong.
that's the thing. While we're in it right now,
Mm-hmm.
we can't see that we're wrong until we realize it. They see it as soon as it happens.
No, like that guy's
Gotcha.
fucking idiot.
Oh, you're so wrong. Oh my god.
That guy has such a shiny forehead.
I'm
And then, like,
vlogging
right
about
as
this.
they're about to hit enter, they hear me like, well, no, that's not what that is, and they're like, "Ah, shit.
One
And then they go. And then they
Yeah,
hear,
you got a shiny forehead.
then they hear me say.
I'm just kidding. I love your shiny forehead jokes. They're amazing.
Then they hear me say I was wrong, and they go, "This all typing was for nothing."
I was gonna rage on him. maybe throw in a few naughty words and took it all the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him 1 thumbs down on my mouth
Anyways,
gloss.
so what? Like, how did he get water though? That's what's really important. That's interesting.
Maybe I'll do a little reading. You guys talk.
Well, he's in the
and I'll
Pacific.
do
He probably
some-
collected rainwater.
I'll do some reading. Yeah, but where? Did you just make
Also,
a cup?
like, that's
What?
I don't know.
I mean, rainwater is more hydrated than
It's
salt.
fished, obviously.
Yeah.
This is just some news bull crap. Like it's
Okay,
not
whatever.
saying anything.
Drop it.
Fake
Just drop it.
news.
I just
Drop
wanted the
it.
picture.
Wait! Just want everybody to know they were shark-infested waters.
Well, yeah, he's in the Pacific.
That's pretty cool.
Like half of all
Yeah.
sharks live around Australia.
So there's this story I saw on YouTube
Yeah.
about a World War II. I don't know if it was a destroyer or an aircraft carrier or what. I think a destroyer.
Okay.
It got blown up by a submarine torpedo, and it sank in the South Pacific somewhere, fighting the Japanese. And these men were treading water for something like 2 weeks, or like maybe not quite that long, but like a week to 2 weeks, somewhere in that range. They're treading water, and of course their ship just sank, so a lot of them are bleeding, have limbs cut off, so there's blood everywhere. These are shark infested waters, so the men that aren't bleeding have to watch their crew members get eaten alive by sharks as they're treading the waters. So they tread water for a week or two, no food, no water. They're covered in oil because obviously like the oil got into the ocean from the tanker. Sharks are literally encircling them, like literally circling them, waiting for a chance to
the
attack.
oil might have helped him a bit.
I could be, I don't know. But anyways, it was just an interesting story
That's
about.
intense.
Yeah, about
That got real dark.
I know.
Imagine surviving that. Like you could never have another situation in life where you're like, well, yeah, but at least I'm not covered in oil, watching my friends get eaten alive by sharks in
You
the
win.
South Pacific Ocean, Jerry. Okay.
You win every argument ever after that. You don't need anything else.
Girlfriend comes home from work. She's like, man, I had a horrible day.
Oh, Becky. Oh my God.
Are they sharks? Huh?
Yeah.
Were you missing a hand? Did you tread for 2 weeks?
He has the remote in his hand. He very ominously.
Clicks it off.
He very ominously shuts off the TV, looks over. He's like, "Oh, you had a rough day, huh? Yeah. Were there sharks? Was there oil? Was there Japanese kamikazes and submarines?
shit.
Did you have to tread water for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Were you starving? Were you dehydrated? Was there no hope in sight?" That's what I
No, I just said
He turns it back on.
as his wife just starts cooking dinner.
She's
Oh
crying.
my God. Yeah, just no, not crying. One single tear rolling down her cheek.
Yes. You see her go get the divorce papers.
Well, also, that's a horrible thing to do to
Yeah.
people, is to compare your experiences with someone
Yeah,
else's.
because everyone's different, of course.
But at the same time, like when you've gone through something so extreme, such as like that,
You're definitely holding it over people's head, though, at that point.
Yeah.
You earned it though, I think.
No, because I'm not. No, wait, come on. I'm not saying that that's not a horrible thing, but people are always like, well, at least you're not starving in Africa, right?
That is a
Right?
common statement.
But
yes.
like, that's so dumb because when it comes to like
we're
happiness.
also out of time, by the way.
All right, that's it. Thank you for coming. To
yeah.
Wait, let's do it. Keep going. It's
Okay.
natural.
No,
Well, yeah,
I know.
That's what we do. Watch the podcast.
You know I
man.
watch the
We haven't even talked about Freddie Mercury fighting off sharks.
Hey, you know,
Or Kevin Spacey.
I watched the
We're
podcast,
gonna get to that.
but we can't talk about why I don't remember.
Okay. The point was that like everyone's experiences are only comparative to them, like their own experiences.
Walk
Like,
them out on your own.
because everyone's worst experience is still their worst experience, and it's like
Right.
it's not. Oh, I don't feel like it's okay to say that. Well, I've been through worse. Yours don't matter.
Right. It's kind of like the first world problems thing of
Yeah.
yeah, sure they're first world problems, but they are still problems that
Yeah.
people have.
Yeah.
And
It should just make you-
comparatively, sure to other problems in the world, yeah, they're not that important.
We don't have to
but,
worry about a lion just wandering in our home and just
But you
snatching
just-
us up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't take that stance because it's just such a rabbit hole. Because you can always be like, well, yeah, but you're not them. But you're not.
And then them can be, you can to them you can be like, well, they're
You're
not,
not-
them.
You're not living.
At least you're not starving in Africa. At least you're not
Yeah.
starving on the ocean for 49 days.
Right. That's right. So Kevin Spacey.
Kevin
Spacey's back in the news.
He's
I
back in
did
the
it. We just
podcast.
did it. We said we weren't going to talk about it, but we did.
We did. Kevin Spacey's back in the news for battery?
Do you want to pull it up?
I'll pull it up, but I think it's for battery.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat a masseur or something.
Yeah.
He's going the OJ route, where he got in trouble first for something like murder, acquitted, and then he got arrested for assault.
Don't let Kevin Spacey be the new OJ.
You're going to hear about like a white Bronco running down the highway.
So Billionaire Boys Club.
Billionaire Boys Club. Oh my gosh, that was such a funny topic in the first place. Kevin Spacey sued for sexual battery and false imprisonment.
What's the difference between battery and sexual battery?
Well,
I don't
battery
know.
is just me beating you up. Sexual battery is me groping you while I'm beating you up.
Oh.
Oh, so it's worse.
I don't know that. I'm not
It sounds
I'm
accurate.
not a policeman.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah.
None of us know.
I'll agree.
Let me get it extreme. I seen the word extreme.
Extreme. Ooh.
Okay.
Are there exclamation points in there?
There was.
Oh.
Kevin Spacey is being sued for sexual battery and false imprisonment by an anonymous masseuse who claims he was assaulted by the actor. Allegations against the two-time Oscar winner first emerged last year. We already know about that. And so Spacey assaulted and battered plaintiff by forcing plaintiff to touch his stuff and grabbing plaintiff's shoulders and pulling him in for an apparent unattempted forced kiss and grabbing plaintiff's stuff. Reads. Oh.
Okay, I see. It doesn't actually say stuff, does it?
No, it's
Okay.
No, it says.
Yeah, I got you.
I just don't want to continue. That's a big. He touched all of it, so
Oh,
Jesus.
that's.
but what's most important? What? Ugh, God.
He already
What's
used his fantastic argument last time. His just brilliant idea of, hey, I'm getting in trouble for sexual assault. I'm gay.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
absolute worst decision.
He played his trump card already.
Yeah,
No, but what's most important, ladies and gentlemen, is that he emotionally touched her.
Him.
This was
Oh.
a dude.
It's a dude.
The last one was a dude
I'm sorry,
too.
I apologize. He emotionally touched him.
Remember, he's gay. He came out.
Yeah, the other one was a dude as well.
Yeah, but so he's fully gay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
I thought. Okay.
You thought it was just like
was
a-
he married?
You just think it was a trump
He
card?
was married, yeah, but
I played my trap card.
So.
He was
I
a
don't know.
closet. He
I see.
internalized it.
I got you.
Totally.
Okay.
And not to break him down.
You're
psychoanalyzing.
You're psychoanalyzing
We're
Kevin
shitting-
Spacey over the internet from an article written by
no, we just
IndieWire.
Just to point
by
out,
IndieWire.
we aren't shitting on him for giving his orientation to himself. We're shitting on him for the whole sexual assault.
It
sexual
seemed like he
battery
was
thing.
pretty rough with this dude, for real.
Oh, he seems like a pretty rough dude.
Which is pretty not good.
Well, his house
'Cause
of
it
cards
says-
is slowly crumbling.
As a direct and
I
proximate.
feel like you've heard that joke. I feel
No,
like
I have. I literally just thought of that. I've never seen House of Cards.
Right.
impressive.
Book of
Comedy gold.
Yeah.
You got it.
Instantly. As a direct and proximate result of Spacey's actions,
I will tell you
plaintiff
if I hear something.
has suffered and continued to suffer severe mental anguish, emotional pain, distress, fear. So obviously, it was not a nice experience.
No,
Poor
well, no.
guy.
Like, that's awful.
Kevin Spacey, get it together.
Fuck
man,
that guy.
Seriously.
Like, I received my thoughts on the last one. I can hate Kevin Spacey just because.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't say you don't hate him.
No,
You
I just said that I
you
still
said he
respect
makes-
his work.
Yeah, you
Yes.
said he makes good movies.
He does make
He does make good movies.
I'm
He's just a
sorry.
scumbag. He's just a
does.
scumbag.
I mean, usual suspects.
Fantastic actor, absolute shit human being.
Who?
I said fantastic actor, absolute shit human
He's
being.
much like us. No, not.
No! Oh my god! Nothing like us.
Well,
Nothing
obviously,
like
I've
us.
seen none of us act.
That's true.
That's not what I was referring
Well,
to.
I've seen him voice act.
Me too.
And I've seen, yeah, but you only done it. Well, you both have.
I've only done it once. Yeah, we don't have a frame of reference.
Sorry, your argument's just getting
I make voices to myself at work all the time.
My what?
Your argument.
It was a bad argument to begin with.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But, like,
but we're attacking the bad argument. So,
You tag me. I'm gonna bring up.
Like Kevin Spacey.
whoa, calm down, Kevin Spacey. I'm not.
Kevin Spacey. I am not gonna.
Also,
every other night.
Also in the news, Bill Cosby finally got arrested.
Let's just file it all of them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Good to hear.
it's in the news.
Good to hear. We need to stop this podcast before it goes off the rails.
Yeah, before it's 14 hours long, right? You have somewhere to be. So,
I do. I do.
yeah, you do.
I do for real.
Yeah. So that was episode 3 of the Zero Sonic podcast. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks.